welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And we are filming here. This is the 8th of January of 2024. So this is the first video I'm shooting in 2024. And it's certainly not going to be obviously the last or the last today. I'm going to be catching up on a bunch of stuff because the kid went back to school today. And my Christmas decorations are finally down, which is the reason the Papa San is gone. And there are still piles of pillows in here. That's probably not going to change. Okay, so let's get on with where we're at here. So we're going to be reviewing this book. So this is the first book in the Boxcar Children mystery book series. The Boxcar Children series by Gertrude Chandler Warner. This is the first book. I am only going to be covering the ones that are written by Gertrude Warner because after this there's a lot. And from my understanding, in her set the children get older, and the rest of them they pretty much stay the same age because they're just kind of being kept on doing various different mystery stories. So I'm focusing specifically on this set. There is a cat in my lap. There is a cat by my door. On the inside, this case would be Jasper. So if you hear strange sounds, that's what it is. So this was originally written as a standalone. Okay, so this became popular, and Gertrude Chandler Warner, who was a teacher, and I think from what I've cut from the beginning of this or the back of this, yeah, she was teaching. She couldn't find books that were easily and fun to read. So this is kind of elementary school. So she decided to write her own. This is the first book, and then it was successful, to say the least, and we continued. So this very much works as a standalone, but it is the first book in the series. So in this first book, we meet our primary characters, the 4 children and their dog. So you have, let me get the names here. The oldest 2 children, which are, actually, hold on. Henry is the oldest boy, followed by Jesse, and then their sister Violet and their baby brother Benny. So these are the 3 children. Essentially, their parents died, and for some reason they were told their grandfather was not a good person. It was very, very mean. So they're running away. And you have to understand, I think Henry is probably maybe about 12 years old. And he's the oldest. And everybody else is younger. And I think Benny's like 5. So I don't think they run that far. So in this story, where we do the setup, why on earth they're called the Boxcar Children in the first place, is they end up at this bakery. This bakery woman who does not like children lets them in. It's like you can stay the night, but they overhear her and her husband talking that in the morning they are planning to send Benny to the children's home because he's too little and he's of no use. Otherwise, she's planning on using the kids. The 3 older children essentially as slaves to an extent, but working in her home. Essentially, she's going to take them in to work for her. So they hear this and they vamoose. They take some food and they vamoose. And they get into the woods, and eventually they sleep on the ground that night. They wake up. It's about to rain. And they find this old abandoned boxcar. And so they go in here. They eventually find a dog who they adopt. And basically the town they're near is Silver Springs. And Henry, or is it? Yeah, I believe it's Henry. And just like names, characters. Yeah, I've only read this first one. Yes, it's Henry. And he starts doing some odd jobs, and eventually a doctor finds them. He realizes who they are. Their grandfather is very, very wealthy, and he does a lot for the community. And so the doctor realizes who they are. Eventually Violet gets sick, and the doctor takes care of her. And it's revealed that, and then the doctor eventually uh, clues in their grandfather. These are your grandkids that have been missing. Get to know them first, otherwise they're going to run. And so that's kind of what he did. And he's actually a very, very nice man. He reveals himself. This is their grandfather. And the boxcar, again, he's very wealthy. And he basically moves the boxcar into his backyard. And so it's essentially becomes a playhouse for these kids. But that's why they're called the Boxcar Children. Again, this book is very, very good. It's definitely middle grade. You can see kind of the size of the writing here, at least, and see if I can get it. There we go. It does have like minor black and white illustrations, as you can see. You can see pictures of the children and the dog and everything. But I mean, that's the basis of this book. Again, this is very much an introduction. You get to know Benny and Henry and Jesse and Violet and their dog. What is the dog's name? I don't remember what the dog's name is. I keep thinking the dog's name is Scout, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Let's see. Yeah, here's the dog. And the dog's name is... Let's see, find the dog's name. So, open feed the dog. Watch is the name of the dog. So it's, as you can see, it's the four children, Violet, Jesse, Henry, and Benny, and Watch, the dog. And their grandfather's name is James Henry. So, James Henry. So that's the name of their grandfather. So that's pretty much how this book runs. Again, it's very much a standalone that became a series and is an introduction to these children and their grandfather and kind of how they come to be with this boxcar and in this town and learn to get to know this town and their grandfather. So it's a very good book. It's about, let's see how long it is, 154 pages. But again, the font is a decent size. This is definitely age range. Probably second grade and up. Second grade through middle school. I don't know if you want to read these high school students. Though my niece seems to enjoy them and she's 11. And this is, I know my sister read these aloud to her kids. I've seen other people. They're very common to read aloud books. So you can read them chapter by chapter. And that's part of how I think they are designed, because the story builds upon itself. Kendra, this is Kendra. By the time you see this, she'll be 15. So it is a very, very good book. Again, I knew this book. I haven't read the rest of them. I knew this first book, but it was hard for me to read because, again, I was dyslexic when I was this age. So I didn't really start reading until age 11, and then I don't think I ever got into the Boxcar Children. I don't remember ever getting into Boxcar Children. Kendra, get down. Annoying creature. Don't be prissy. Again, she's 14 now. She'll be 15 by the time you guys see this. Again, and now she's getting irritated because she's a calico, and they do that. Nonetheless, that's really the end of this review. If you like what you see, of course, be sure to like and subscribe. I will be covering the rest of the series. I do, in fact, own it. I have it down here. I bought an entire box set. So this is the box set that I own, which is 1 through 12. So I'm guessing that's the, pretty sure that's what it is. It wouldn't go farther than 15. I think it's just 1 through 12, though I might be wrong. I might have to get the last couple of books. We'll see once I get through these. So, again, like and subscribe. Look forward to more. Again, we'll be covering the rest of this series, as well as some mystery media to bounce off it. And I think when you guys see this, it will be May. Yes, so I will be moving into the Angel Island covering Angel Island. So I will be covering that, followed by Ellis Island and U.S. Immigration that way. So 2 months of what amounts to be U.S. immigration for May and June. And then moving on, I think I'm going into cooking and then women inventors. And then we're doing the deep dive into Beauty and the Beast and space and Hindu Festival of Diwali. And then we're doing another bunch of standalone mysteries. So in December, in honor of my late mother, who passed unfortunately very suddenly this past September, and mysteries were her favorite. So I'm going to be declaring every December from here on out on mysteries. So we will see. Again, I planned all of this week before I even we could have never expected my mother to pass. But that's from here on out. If you're looking for more, I just finished the Anne of Green Gables series, so you can check those out if you're interested, as well as the rest of the channel. Again, so like and subscribe, positive comment if you have one. If not, move along, please. Thank you.